research something or see if you get a specific result.
Setting a specific time for a task. Whether that task is finished or not is done after 2 weeks. Research is a really good time-boxable thing. Does anybody have research that goes on and on and on forever? I'm researching that. And I can't tell you how many stand-ups I've been a part of this week. I'm researching that. 2 weeks later, I'm researching that. So, innovation happens when teams feel safe to experiment. If you give your team the space and the protection they need, they'll improve. If you focus on them, they'll improve. The one thing I want you guys to take away from this is that you've got to invest in your teams. You've got to invest in your teams if you want them to improve. You can't keep piling stuff on top of them. Say, get it done, get it done, get it done, and expect that to change anytime soon. Invest in your teams, and they will improve. Questions?
Is there a certain amount of time that should be dedicated towards experimentation?
Yeah, that's a good question. So to give you an idea, one of the things that we did on our shared systems team was we set aside time for, I'm drawing a blank on what we called it. We set aside time to work on technical debt. We call it Tech Debt Fridays. So every Friday morning, we remind people there's this list of things that's technical debt. And when we use the term technical, that was one of the things that we found out was that not everybody was using the term technical debt the same time. So what we decided was technical debt is anything that improves our processes or our technology or our tools, our processes or tools. And so we spend Friday mornings working on technical debt. I've read that 20% of your time, but everybody has a different opinion on it. The idea, though, would be to set aside some amount of time, some space, where you're saying, let's try it. And then it may work for you, and it may not. So you got to talk about what just setting aside the time won't set you up for success, won't allow you to address failures, won't help you improve.
The last place that I worked, we used to do something similar. So we had Fridays for experimentation. You could use that time to learn something new or try to experiment with a different language or stuff. And things have been pushed so, or compressed so much now, it's hard to do that and environments are locked down.
Well, and that's where, you have to be intentional about it. It has to be that improvement, that innovation, has to be important to you. If you don't create the space for it, it won't happen, I guarantee you. If your team, all they hear is, get it done, get it done, get it done, that's what they'll be focused on. Other questions? I will say this, that when you create that space, you as a team, somebody on that team, hopefully the manager, but somebody else has to drive the team continuously to get them to focus on improvement. Because it's really easy to use, if you set aside a morning like we did, it's really easy to take that time and say, yeah, I've got this really important thing. I've got a customer, an emergency came through, and a customer needs me to look at X, Y, or Z. You got to figure out how to set up that time. So, for example, for us, we manage an issue queue. Sometimes emergencies come in. So when we set aside Tech Debt Friday, we have one person whose job it is to watch the queue and make sure that the tickets get addressed. We reprioritize anything we can, and anything we can't, that person works on. And we rotate that person so that it's not the same person every week, so that people get to focus on it. What else? Questions about focus? communication, collaboration, yeah.
So for experiments that a team is engaging in, if they're using like a Kanban board or whatever, do you often see that those teams have specific cards for that work?
Yep. Yeah, that's how I did it in previous jobs, was the training, the research, whatever it was, the work to build whatever the experiment was, all of that was part of the backlog for iteration. Which means you've got to get the customer to buy into it. That was hard sometimes. I mean, you got to get the customer to see the value in whatever it is that you're doing. So as an example, my team wanted to implement a new user interface paradigm that the customer was interested in, but we had to explain to them, look, we want to try this out. We've never done it before. And it was basically to address errors that come into the fields, because there's hundreds of fields on the thing. So the customer was bought into it. They saw the value of it, and we experimented on it. And after that, after the team learned how to do it, they were able to apply it across the entire system. It was super valuable to the customer. But we had to get it right. That's a great question. What else?
How do you measure the value of that?
Yeah, that one was pretty obvious to them. It's not always I see what's the value of it if it fails. How do you use it? That's a good question. I don't have a great answer.
One of the things you have with experimenting, that being a tool in your toolbox, and at the right time, you can pull that tool out and get something done quicker. It's hard to justify that in the life.
Well, and the internal stakeholders, management, in general.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, this was when I was working for the state of Nebraska. And so, there wasn't the same kind of ROI justification needed for everything we were doing. But the reality is that needed to happen, that we could have said, look, here's how much time your people spend being confused by error messages in your system. This is what we want to do to address that. We think that'll help them through those error messages. This is how much time they'll save. And you can extrapolate out the number of minutes or hours per year that you're going to save. It's kind of a guess, though. I mean, really, you're making a lot of assumptions on that, but it can be done. It's a good question. Yep.
So looking at it as the scientific method, so what's your intent? What are you looking to learn? What's your hypothesis? Right? And if you're off, that's okay. But here was what we thought, and then here's what we learned, and here's how we'll adjust. But
Rewarding lessons learned.
yeah, and so that's where you truly do capture it. You said how your intent, and then what it is you're looking for and think. It's almost just like something in science.
Did you guys all hear that?
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, basically, you start with a hypothesis, and you work towards that hypothesis, and you measure how well you were able to get to that. What's your intent? What are you trying to solve? What are you trying to fix? In our case, it was, we had a very specific problem. Users got confused by the errors that continuously popped up on the screen. You guys, I'm sure, have seen lots of different things. Yeah, we didn't do a monetary assessment of this, but when I joined the team, a clear problem with the shared systems team was that the guys could not go on vacation without getting a call. They got a call every time they were on vacation. They had to take their laptops with them to work every time they were out. And it was great. It was just great. In a retrospective, here, a guy say, yeah, I went on vacation and nobody called me. What's the intent? Was there a monetary value to it? Probably. Probably could have made one up. What else? Other questions? Comments? Okay, guys. Well, thank you very much for coming to listen to me.